Hello, my name is David Boyer. I'm the Director for Environment and Transport at Warrington Borough Council. Thank you to those who have already sent us your thoughts and comments and questions on the latest changes to the Western Link scheme. The purpose of this video is for myself and colleagues to talk you through some of the key information we have released and to answer some of the queries and questions that have been fed back to us.
Hi, my name's Chris. I work as an environmental planner for Stantec UK. I'm currently helping to undertake the environmental impact assessment for the Warrington Western Link project in support of the planning application. And I'm going to explain a bit more about the planning process. We're currently undertaking surveys, consultation with relevant stakeholders and preparing the associated documentation that is required for us in order to submit a planning application. As such, we're currently in the pre-planning application engagement stage. As part of this pre-application stage, an environmental impact assessment scoping report was submitted to Warrington Borough Council and the Marine Management Organisation. This set out the proposed scope of the environmental surveys and planning requirements which would need to be included in our planning application. A scoping response was received from the Council, the MMO and other consultees, which, along with a scoping report, has set the requirements of the environmental work required for the planning application and the work that needs to be undertaken during the pre-application stage. Following the close of the engagement period, the project team will review the feedback, which will be used to input into the statement of community involvement for the planning application. There will then be a period of time for local people to review the submitted planning application before it is decided. During the time between now and our planning submission, we will be continuing with our assessment of the environmental aspects of the project. This will include undertaking noise monitoring and modelling to determine any potential noise effects from the project, air quality assessment to determine improvements in air quality which the road may bring, an assessment of how the project will look in the context of the existing landscape. Another key aspect of our environmental work is the ongoing study of ecology. We have undertaken a number of surveys and assessments of the flora and fauna of the route to determine species diversity and numbers so that we can offer them adequate protection and mitigation. As a whole, the project will deliver a gain of 10% additional biodiversity over and above any habitat that is lost. Our overall approach is to undertake the environmental assessment which feeds into the design process to deliver a scheme with the least possible environmental effects. The environmental information will be compiled into an environmental statement, which will be part of a suite of documents submitted as part of the planning application. We are currently aiming for the application to be submitted in May 2021, and there will be a further opportunity to comment on the application then. Determination of the application is likely to take place in the autumn or winter of next year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Paul Lawrenson. I'm the Project Manager for Warrington Western Link on behalf of Warrington Borough Council. Warrington Borough Council is proposing a new link road connecting North and South Warrington to the west of the town centre. The new Western Link will help tackle congestion, improve traffic flow, unlock key development land and improve the quality of life for residents in the borough. Following feedback from earlier engagement plus the technical assessments undertaken as part of producing the outline business case, the route as shown is the option that is being taken forward. This road will link the A56 Chester Road in Higher Walton with the A57 Sankey Way in Great Sankey. Since the last public engagement period, we have made a number of changes to the proposed route. We have taken on board comments we have received and have improved the scheme. The junction between the northern terminal and the A57 has been changed from a flyover at Sankey Way to an at-grade four-way signalised junction to reduce the visual impact of this new junction. The fully at-grade signalised junction is proposed to incorporate controlled crossings to allow pedestrians and cyclists to safely negotiate the junction. The existing footbridge over Sankey Way will be able to remain. This addresses previous stakeholder concerns over loss of connectivity. We are no longer proposing to open up Hood Lane. The revised design keeps this closed at its top end next to Sankey Way. The highway that extends through Sankey Valley Park has been realigned to increase the distance to properties within Littleton Close. The section of highway that extends across Mersey Meadows has also been realigned to increase the distance to existing properties in Saxon Park. The existing bridge over Forest Way is proposed to be retained but reallocated to accommodate active travel routes. This approach will create a segregated traffic-free route for pedestrians and cyclists to cross the River Mersey. The section of highway that extends across Arpley Meadows has been realigned to avoid encroaching upon Arpley landfill site to avoid contaminated land. The road has been designed to encourage vehicles to obey the proposed 40 mph speed limit. The intermediate roundabout that was proposed has been replaced by two separate junctions. These will provide access to the Arpley landfill site and PQ Silicas respectively. The change of junction type removes the requirement for vehicles travelling along the route to give way to vehicles performing right-turn manoeuvres. The access to the network rail sidings, which is situated on the eastern side of Walton Viaduct, is proposed to be provided directly from the Western Link to remove the requirement for a new road to be extended across Morley Common. The Manchester Ship Canal crossing has been moved slightly to minimise the impact on Morley Common and to minimise disruption to the operations of Solvay Interop. The junction between the southern terminal of the Western Link and the A56 has been changed to a 3-arm signalised junction to a large diameter 3-arm signalised roundabout. This is to create greater space to accommodate vehicles and improve traffic flow. This change allows the roundabout to be supported on an embankment rather than a structure, which will minimise the visual impact of the new junction. Planting is proposed to be provided within the central island of the roundabout to improve biodiversity and create an attractive gateway to Warrington. Active travel routes for pedestrians and cyclists have been improved by generally providing a single 5 metre wide segregated footway cycleway along one side of the carriageway rather than two narrower shared footway cycleways on either side of the carriageway. This approach is intended to encourage the use of sustainable modes of transport, with the segregated route enabling cyclists to travel at higher speed whilst also reducing the likelihood of conflicts with pedestrians.
Hello, my name is Steve Hunter. I manage the Transport for Warrington service at Warrington Borough Council. The question I've been asked to answer today is, how does the Warrington Western Link fit with the wider transport strategy for Warrington? Warrington's transport strategy is set within a document called its Local Transport Plan. The fourth version of that Local Transport Plan, known as LTP4, was consulted upon during 2019 and then was adopted as council policy following a decision by its Cabinet and Council made in December 2019. And the Warrington Western Link is an absolutely critical part of this Local Transport Plan, and it also fits extremely well with the aims and objectives of that Local Transport Plan. I'll come back to some more specifics about the Local Transport Plan shortly, but first of all, just to come back to some of the main objectives of the Warrington Western Link. The Warrington Western Link is aimed at reducing traffic congestion across Warrington and helping the council fulfil its network management duty. All councils have this network management duty set within the 2004 Traffic Management Act, and it requires all councils to keep traffic moving and to reduce traffic congestion as much as it possibly can. And I've been with the council for coming up to 15 years now. One of the biggest concerns that we've got in terms of traffic congestion is a lack of crossings of the Manchester Ship Canal and a lack of crossings of the River Mersey. We're reliant on 3 125-year-old swing bridges that swing to allow vessels to pass to cross the Manchester Ship Canal, and we only have 2 crossings of the River Mersey available to through traffic within our local road network at Bridgefoot and at Kingsway. And because of this, we suffer from significant congestion, and certainly the Ship Canal and the River Mersey act as a great hindrance to north-south movement in the town. And certainly the Warrington Western Link, which will provide a new fixed high-level crossing of the Manchester Ship Canal. It won't be a swing bridge, it won't need to swing to allow ships to pass, is a significant scheme that will improve the resilience of our road network, improve the capacity of our road network, and will significantly reduce traffic congestion that we currently experience at key junctions like Bridgefoot and Brown Devon Island. And certainly, this is a very significant aim of our local transport plan and our wider transport strategy. That transport strategy set out in our LTP4 requires us to look to treble the number of trips made on foot, by bicycle, and also by public transport. And the Western Link, taking significant amount of traffic away from the town centre, will enable us to free up the road space to make bus services more punctual, more reliable, more attractive to passengers, to make journeys on foot and by bicycle more attractive, particularly during that first and last mile of people's journeys as they get to and from the town centre, which is often the most difficult part of that journey. Also, the Western Link fits very clearly with this aim of trebling walking and cycling, with the fact that there will be a continuous footway cycleway all the way along the Western Link, and certainly we will make sure that the Transpennine Trail is fully accommodated within the Western Link, and we maintain that as a very significant and important leisure route for people to use on foot and by bicycle. In terms of how the Western Link also fits with some of the wider council policies, Western Link's predicted to achieve a significant improvement in air quality in the town centre. You know, part of the whole town centre and the main routes to and from the town centre are part of what's known as an air quality management area at the moment. The reduction in that traffic will help to improve that air quality. It will also free up capacity on that transport network for more people to be able to live and work in the town centre, and to help to regenerate the town centre also with that space that's freed up with that reduction in traffic congestion that the Warrington Western Link will cause. So just to sum things up, you know, I believe that the Warrington Western Link fits very well with the council's wider transport strategy that's set out within LTP4, and you know, we think it will bring significant reductions in traffic congestion, particularly on those key routes to and from the town centre, and will enable us to make conditions much better, both for traffic movements but also for people using public transport and walking and cycling and going about their daily business in Warrington. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this.
Warrington Borough Council is sensitive to the fact that Morley Common is a well-used public space with facilities including football pitches, changing rooms and a playground. During the detailed design phase, we will be reviewing how facilities will be impacted and developing options for relocation or replacement. A common has special protections and we have to provide land to compensate for any lost. Exchange land will be provided as close as possible to the common itself. The playground will be relocated and moved further into the common. Access from the car park and changing rooms to both the playground and pitches will be underneath the Western Link without the need to cross any roads. In Sankey Valley Park, we are going to maintain footpath links to keep connectivity within the park. A new BMX track will be provided at an alternative location within the park.
So how is the council consulting on the plans? The Western Link is a significant investment in the future infrastructure of Warrington, and we want to ensure local people have all the information about the scheme and what it means for the borough and for themselves. Since the outline business case for the project was approved by the Department for Transport in 2019, we have made some changes to the original design. We want local people to be informed about the development of the scheme and in particular the changes, as we prepare to submit a planning application in 2021. Unfortunately, owing to government guidance and restrictions related to the coronavirus pandemic, we are unable to undertake face-to-face consultation in the way we have in the past. However, we are able to engage with local people in a number of ways. These include the provision of detailed and comprehensive information on the council's website. Over 6,000 leaflets have been posted to those who have previously received information about the scheme. Social media has been utilised to promote the proposals across the borough, and press releases have been issued to local media outlets. There are a number of ways you can feed back your comments, as well as asking any questions. These include, you can complete a feedback form online at warringtonwesternlink.co.uk. You can email us at warringtonwesternlink at haveyoursay.co.uk, or you can phone our dedicated community information line on 0333 358 0502, and that's open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Once again, thank you for those who have already responded to the consultation. And I would encourage others, please, to read the available information and let us have any comments or questions by the 23rd of December. Thank you.